Africa, a sickle will sweep among you because of your abominations that you lay on the altar of the Lord. Please hear this accusation against Africa. The Lord says you bury the dead under the altar so that it can attract people spiritually. You plant dead things under your altars as sacrifice so people can come to the church. You perform fornication, rituals, and abomination upon the altar and then call it the house of the Lord. So this would be where the pastors are pouring water on the members and saying this water, and the people have to walk by one and they pour water. Sometimes they rub dust on their faces. They make them eat grass. But here is the accusation. The Lord says, and he showed me, that people in Africa are burying dead things. It can be a dead cow. Sometimes it is a dead person, a dead child, a baby. Something that has shed blood is planted directly under the pulpit, the part where people come to get prayers. The part where the so-called word is preached from in these false places. If you were to dig up those altars, you will find dead things under there. And the work of the dead thing is, it is a sacrifice to Lucifer, Satan, the devil, whatever name works for him at your house. This dead thing is as an offering, and therefore Satan will then begin to give money, fame, cars, clothes, property, and all sorts of things to these people so that you see them shooting up like a supernova in no time. He says your merchants of death in Africa are selling you in the underwater realm. This is literally people who take power from the sea, people who go to the mermaid kingdom to receive the ability to have an oiled tongue, such that when they preach, it is a spell against the minds of people. No matter how much the family members of people in these churches talk to them, these people have been sold, as the Lord says, just as he said with the death cult members. The members are trafficked to the mermaids, and these people become captive to a spell, and the mermaid has access to rob, steal, kill, pillage the people who are trafficked. In return, the Lord says that the pastors deal with the souls of men like virtual currency, and that's why the members die. Because the pastors are trafficking their souls for wealth, money, cars, expensive clothes. God says that you who sit under these false prophets, false pastors, false apostles, and don't know it, you're nothing but currency. But the mercy of God is such that he says he has watched this trade going on long enough. The false pastors in Africa are under judgment. As I do to America, so I will do to every nation where false leadership has risen over to overshadow the true leadership, true prophets, true ministries. He says, I will cut down these tall trees until my valley can be seen again. Men will be in mourning. Of course, people are going to be crying for their papas. They're going to be crying for their famous pastors that everybody loves. But he says, remember my word. I am the Lord your God, and you shall have no other gods before me.